Hey YouTube, coming at you with the Mudboy team that I mentioned yesterday. So it is a very straightforward ABB line. WHISCASH, quagsire. You can see Blizzard on WHISCASH. I've used this team before in the past. Basically, you try and draw out a grass with WHISCASH, hit it with the surprise Blizzard, maybe flip switch, maybe grab a shield. Marowak will beat it, and then quagsire runs free in the back. So two things that I would mention here. One is I probably should have used Gastrodon instead of quagsire. I just found that quagsire was very underwhelming since the Mudshot nerf makes Aqua Tails to 5 instead of 4s across the board. So I think Gastrodon is probably better than quagsire if you're going to do this team. The second thing is this team does not work as well in the past because, stupid me, I completely forgot or just did not think about how much this would implicate the team. Mudshot energy got nerfed. And it's one thing to come in and with WHISCASH and super spammy mud shots to get to the Blizzard, but not when it's nerfed. And every single time I was like, why are they getting to a charge move before I'm at a Blizzard already? It's because Mudshot got nerfed. So the strategy actually does not work as good as it does in the past. But let's look at some battles to see how it plays in action. So right off the bat, and this was a fast enough swap by even if they didn't. Even if Mudshot wasn't nerfed, I think that swap into Venusaur was so quick. Usually, if you can get like in the past, if you can get a 2 to 3 Mudshots off, you can have an advantage. But if you get one and they're already in here, you're in trouble. But they are have poison, so I can just go straight Mud Bomb for neutral damage. And they are gonna get the farm down, but that's okay. I have Marowak. I can just kind of answer this. So out comes Marowak. Hey, get the fire spin through. Great. Every move is resisted. Frenzy and Sludge Bomb is resisted. I really don't want to take two, but you know, it is what it is when you're running these style teams. Now, because I'm so close to Shadowbone and I don't have like a great combo with Quagsire Aquatail Stonehenge for this, I'm going to just chip this to maybe put this in Mud, and then they instant swap, and that instant swap is a Salazzle. So gonna take this matchup pretty easy, mostly because they swapped into something that is double weak to ground. So I just Mudshot all the way down. And then I decide to bait here, which I figured like I'm already at 2 Aqua Tails, so even if they don't shield, I can just go 3 Aqua Tails. And that's exactly what happened. So they don't shield, but at this point I'm so close, I can just go 3 Aqua Tails. Unless they Octazooka me and lower my attack, which happens right there. So good news is leaving one Pokemon that you can reset on that immediately so that I can get to the Aqua Tail and do a normal attack as opposed to a 2 times lowered attack. So this will take them out here. Jumpluff, good lead. So there's the grass. They get into more Pekko. Instant swap. You can take the first one. Wheel is the electric one, and you are bulky enough that you don't need to worry about it. No. Oh, no. I know this is an option because I've seen it in the video, like submissions, and I've seen it. You guys talk about it in the comments. Seed Bomb or Pekko is a double electric strategy where you try and draw out ground and then beat it and flip switch. So they did flip switch, which is fine. My thought process now is, okay, I don't want to show you my back Pokemon yet. I have 2 shield advantage, and I know that the Jumpluff is on the front. So if I can just like come in here, double shield, and just get a bunch of energy, then I can take what's in the back. And they give up switch. Because if they have like a Zapdos or another electric Pokemon, a Molga, then if I had energy, I'd be in a good situation. So they eventually just come in here to their Jumpluff, which I don't think is maybe the best answer, but they wanted to try and like not get farmed down there, so I came out with a bunch of energy, which just allowed me to get to this. And now I've got to imagine that my Quagsire probably has play against both their backline Pokemon, but we'll see. I don't want to go away, and it's a Toxpack, so it does. So yeah, let's draw out of ground. So I said double electric, but it's the same thing, double weak to ground. Draw out of ground, surprise it with the Seed Bomb, and then your other Pokemon weak to ground roams free. Ferrothorn lead. Great lead into a second grass Pokemon. So it's like, which is running Razor Leaf. So I have to stay, even though Ferrothorn is going to be both my back Pokemon. I can't go into a Mud Boy against a Razor Leafer. So able to farm up a bunch and take this. If they come into Ferrothorn, fantastic. If they don't, I'm going to have to instant swap into WHISCASH or Quagsire. We'll see what comes out here. It is the Gastrodon, so we will instant swap into the WHISCASH. Almost hoping that, yeah, get out here. Ferrothorn. I have the Mud Bombs. Again, Blizzard's only neutral, but I wish I can get to a Blizzard. But you just can't. It's the difference in energy is substantial when you're trying to get to those nukes of moves here. But again, this is half steel, so chip this to the red already. So at the red, I can now come Marowak. I'm pretty low, and I don't know if I could even level power it from this range. So I'm going to shield, because I will come out with energy, so I'll get the Shadow Bone off. Unfortunately, the switch timer's up, so they've got too much mud slaps off there. And now, because they already got like 4 or 5, they're may even be out of Earth Power already. Yeah, which is going to be very difficult for me to overcome this. And they're already at another move. Holy smokes. How much energy did they have? I did not expect them to have that much energy. Yeah, which means this game's over. Talonflame. Again, I have 2 water Pokemon in the back, so I won't be surprised if I go into 1 immediately. That was more of just a misclick than anything. And there is your superior. And again, I probably should have met a Blizzard now, but now I got to go 2 more. I do get it off, so this will grab a shield or probably take out. And I do grab a shield. So they were expecting it. They do throw a move here, which is fine. And again, the only problem is Marowak is not the bulkiest Pokemon. Everything is resisted here. No, sorry, Aerial Ace is not resisted. It's neutral, but it's a non-stab Aerial Ace, so I'm not too worried about that. But they will add up, so I'm going to try and farm a bit. You can see I was trying to throw a move. I really don't want to take a bunch of Aerial Aces here, because that'll put me in like the yellow, if not red, if I take another one. So there's the yellow. Yeah, so I'm going to throw... I already grabbed 1 shield in the mid game here, so let's try to just sweep with Quagsire with 2 shields here. Because I know I got the Talonflame on the front that Quagsire can deal with. So instant swap here. They're out of move. It's probably a Fly or Brave Bird. So I'll just trust that this is going to hurt and shield this. So they got 1 back. But they are not getting out. So I'm going to bait the Aqua Tail. Because even if this lands, it's still going to do like 80%. But I don't think it takes out. I'm not positive. Aqua Tail is just not a hard-hitting move. But Talonflame is glassy. Anyways. So you may be wondering, why are you going to Stone Edge? I don't actually know if Aqua Tail takes out from that range. I think it may, but I'm not positive. So I'm just going to secure the knockout here. And it's more Morpeko in the back. I just need to chip with Aqua Tail because these mud shots are adding up. I may... My only worry is that they can go back to back here. Because now I'm low enough that an Aura Wheel will take me out here. Oh, it's not enough. 1 HP. Which is huge, because if they actually took me out, they could potentially take me out with the Marowak too. Okay, Toxapex to ground. Here comes a grass probably, and that is Credilli. And again, just not getting to the Blizzard anywhere near enough, and I have to shield, and this is not what you want to do with this team. So I don't know if I'd recommend this strategy. I wanted to showcase it anyways, just because like, one, it is a direct answer to my previous team, which I don't know if I did that on purpose. I mostly did this team because there were so many freaking Toxapex. So having like a double Mud Boy against for all the Toxapex is smart. I don't know if I'd use it again. I would probably go with the balance team. Like, this is 2 ABB style teams. I haven't done a 3rd team yet. I tried 1, it didn't work. So I haven't done 1 yet. Ooh, they gave up switch there, which is actually huge here. I haven't done another team yet, but I'd probably go for a more balanced team than what I've been doing here. Okay. Probably like a Jumpluff. Yeah, I might try the Jumpluff Morpeko core with the... I tried it, but with something else that like that just didn't work. It like got walled by a couple things, so I was like, no, that's not working. And worried that they're gonna even Poison Jab me down. Poison Jab is a hard hitting move, so let's just get this out of here. Instant swap back here. And what's in the back? They have a Feraligatr. So unfortunately, they got another Pokemon in the back that will deal with my Marowak. Marowak is just... I know it's so highly ranked in this meta, and I guess it makes sense, right? You have answers. You have a ground move for the electric. You have fire for the grass. You have ground for your other fires. You just need to watch out for water, but even water you can throw like a Shadow Bone. And some waters are Toxapex, which you can throw a Bone Club. So I get why it's ranked so high. I've never loved using Shadow Marowak. It was like a top ranked Pokemon back in the day. But even with the buffs, Fire Spin's buffed and Bone Club is buffed, and it still feels underwhelming at times. So Feraligatr comes in. I don't have a good answer for Feraligatr. Yeah, so this team's got some flaws. Maybe like a Toxapex or something would be better here, or just change up completely on fix the balance here. Yeah, so Marowak was good back in the day, and it's buffed now. I think it's maybe just a mixture of like how bulky Pokemon are now, how not slow. 12 to 12, the Bone Club actually spams because it's 12 to the first, 9 to the second. And even Shadow Bone's not bad, 15 and 12. But I think my concern is if you're going to go to a Shadow Bone on a Pokemon that's just like not super attack heavy, but also not defensive, it's a good move, but it's not a great move. And that's a problem. It's not a great move for how slow it is and how the stat products of this Pokemon. So I have problems with Marowak. Other people swear by it. Such as Zionic doesn't post anymore. We got to talk about, maybe we'll do that for the Dan talk about the content creators. Because I was going through the list the other day of like all those who are gone now. So stay tuned for that towards the end of the video if you want to. Because there's some people that I like structured how I do my videos kind of based on how they started, like how they did theirs. But yeah. Anyways, Shadow Bone will take out Trevenant here, as it is super effective. Gastrodon, terrible lead. Coming WHISCASH. Let's see what happens here. Well, the game lags on me, so that sucks. And met with a Jumpluff. And again, hopefully I can get to a Blizzard. Hopefully they they overfarm. That's the only way I got to a Blizzard. They definitely had an Energy Ball. I believe they shield too. Yeah. The couple Blizzards that I actually get off on these grass Pokemon. So one, it's too slow. Or two, if they let me get to the Blizzard, both of them have shielded. So I do grab a shield, which is nice. But again, now we're at the problem where this is a full health Jumpluff that can spam stab air laces. And these Fire Spins are just not adding up as much as you want them to. So even though I will take this out, I will be down in the red. So there's a resisted Energy Ball, and they come into Gastrodon. And again, Quagsire doesn't have an amazing matchup. They're going to chip me enough, and now Marowak so low. Yeah. Maybe I won't even get to the end of these battles before I start doing Dan talk. There's like 4.5 minutes battles left. I'll just kind of go over the strengths and weaknesses of each of these Pokemon. Honestly, I don't think there is a point to use WHISCASH at this point. I know Scald is obviously better. Let me just look at the Color Cup and let me look at Water Pokemon. So Shadow Quagsire and Gastrodon are actually pretty close. Gastrodon is the 7th ranked, and Shadow Quagsire is 11th, just because you do get those stab Aqua Tails, and you can. 5 is not bad. It's not a super hard hitting move, but the Stone Edge is a nice move for coverage, and you get to an okay pacing too. WHISCASH with Scald is ranked 33, so it is playable, but there's probably other water Pokemon I would want to use ahead. And again, Marowak, the Shadow's ranked 2, and I think that would make sense, and I feel like it would play similar to Kanto Marowak, because the strength of Kanto Marowak with their moveset is that the Mud Slaps and the Bone Clubs from a Shadow can really add up in the like 1 and 2 shield. You can just kind of shield your way through those matchups, whereas a non-Shadow just does not feel like you can do that. So I think it makes sense that the Shadow Marowak is ranked higher. I don't think I have a Shadow Marowak here. So yeah, I'd probably not use I would probably not use WHISCASH again. I would just use Gastrodon. And Marowak, if you have a Shadow, I think Shadow will probably play better in this meta. Just because the Fire Spin's Bone Club combo will actually start to like overpower your opponents. Okay. So the reason I was bringing up Zyonic, well, one Zyonic's favorite Pokemon is a Marowak. So that is why I kind of just thought about him. The other reason I was thinking about it is because Though Technical has started streaming again, and he streamed like 3 or 4 days straight, which is like a lot for someone who took like two seasons off maybe. So anyways, I was just thinking about this as like a content creator who's still going in this space. And I'm thinking about all the people who have lost, because Daniel Z comes back once in a while. That was more he moved and got a new job, and now he has a kid, so he doesn't do that as much anymore. But he comes back on every once in a while. But I was just thinking the other day of like all the people who were like top GBLers who still have more subscribers than me, but either post like so infrequently or like don't even post at all anymore. And I'm just checking 2 more because I'm not subscribed to them anymore. But yeah, he's the same. I'll talk about them in 1 second. And then where is he? Two weeks ago, a month ago, 4 months ago. Okay, so still just like inconsistent with the uploading. Okay, so I'm going to go over a list of YouTubers who all have more subscribers than me still, despite some being inactive for years at this point. And this was also a product of like when I got into the game. I got in too late. I got in season 7 of GBL when people were already on the way out. Whereas all these players who have more subscribers than me, probably a lot of them are legacy subscribers from earlier. Like Zyonic, when I started, Zyonic had 100K. King had 60-ish thousand, which he's still at. FP Sticks was number 3 at like 40,000, which he's probably still at because he hasn't done it in years. And then there was like a crap ton of 30 to 20,000 in Caleb Pang, Home Slice, Yonkis, Purple Kyogre. That were all in that range when I started at 0. So Zyonic fell out of love with the game, tried to do some videos for a bit, but then just seems like he's given up and moved on. King, he was like a top battler in the world constantly and did a lot of like the play Pokemon, but then decided that judging was more of his style. So then he just started judging. I think he like focuses on working out too much now. So between like working out and his job and judging, he doesn't really do videos anymore. He hasn't posted in 3 months. FP Sticks let me actually talk about the 3 or 4 people that I kind of structured my videos around about like teaching. It was FP Sticks, Wallower, Though Technical, and probably those 3. FP Sticks, Wallower, Though. Yeah, those 3 are, in my opinions, ones that were all very strong battlers, like top in the world battlers, while also doing very well explaining. Now, Though took multiple seasons off. He seems to be streaming again, so maybe he's back. Wallower and I just blanking on his name, even though I mentioned it like 5 times. FP Sticks, they just kind of disappeared and don't like the game anymore and stuff like that. And then there was like other content creators that were like maybe not as amazing battlers, but were like fantastic content creators. And that was Daniel Z and Oxford U. Oxford U was hilarious. Daniel Z's production quality was insane. I already kind of talked about Daniel Z. He got a new job, one thing, and Oxford U just fell out of love with the game. Not interested anymore. So to see all these content creators that still have more subscribers than me because they got in way earlier than me, or they had like nice pushes early, Yeah, just like gone from the game. And there's just not that there's a few of us standing still, because there are definitely some consistencies, and there's some, I was gonna say new, but it's not new. With like Twitch streamers are starting to come over to YouTube in the past like 3 to 6 months, because I think YouTube just has more long-term viability, and like Twitch has got some problems in itself. Rise was always in that. I'm just going through my list. Ryan Swag too. I just got my search out there. So Rise is still posting videos. He's always been consistent in a top battler. And then Ryan Swag, the IV Master, not posting videos either anymore. So it's so crazy to see how many of these creators in the space have just gone away. Kind of sad, but it makes sense. Like, it makes sense if you've been doing this for as long as we have. Again, I started making YouTube videos season 7. Most of these actually started pre GBL, because there was actually like a grassroots PvP community pre GBL, and that's why like for sure Zionic, he started as like a pre grassroots PvP guy, and that's why he rose so high, because he was like in it before GBL was even a thing. So when you've been doing it since like battling was even a thing in the game, to going through so many seasons of this, again, the same bugs, the same leaks, it makes sense that people disappear. But it's just kind of sad. But I guess that's life, right? People move on to different things. Not everything lasts forever. So enjoy it while you can, sort of thing. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for letting me take a trip down memory lane. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button if you're new, because maybe one day I'll pass all these guys who've been dormant for like 15 seasons now. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.